Hello, and welcome to your appointment. Oh dear. Are you alright? It seems as though you've been running yourself a bit ragged lately, burning the candle at both ends, as it were. It can be hard to know when to slow down, stop, and take a breath. It can even be hard to find the opportunity. But we have that opportunity now, and that is what matters. Come, relax with me. Sit among my coils. There you are. It can feel nice to spend some time in the company of a friend, particularly after a hard week, doing all we can for others while our own stores slowly wane. You're a good person, but even good people need a break from all that is needed from them every now and again. So, why don't you and I go somewhere quiet and calm, where we can both unwind and find a certain kind of peace together? Does that sound nice? Wonderful. I have just the place in mind. It's cool, quiet, and serene. I think that we'll enjoy our time there quite thoroughly. Now, I need you to relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Find your own comfortable rhythm. There is no wrong way to do this. Simply breathe within the realms of comfortability and feel your body grow loose. Unclench your jaw and let all of the pressure out of your shoulders. Feel the weight of your body sitting against my coils. Feel yourself against the world around you and let yourself relax into it as though it was the softest pillow in all the world. There we go. There we go. Let out all that stored up tension that we carry throughout the day like a great boulder on our backs. There is no place for it here with me. Continue breathing, gently, softly, slowly. There you are. Now, I'm going to begin wrapping you up so that we can get closer and so I can take you on this journey of relaxation and calmness. Are you ready? Good. Take another deep breath, fill your lungs insofar as they are comfortable, then let it out just as slowly. Good, good. Feel my tail tip wandering closer, a curious touch asking at your permission to simply wind around your ankles. The tip gently probing along that sensitive area as it curls around the back of your calves and begins to flow gently upwards along your lower legs. Feel that cool, smooth weight gently drawing itself over the tops of your feet, getting heavier and heavier as I bring thicker and thicker coils to bear. Feel me as I go up along your knees, gently winding, softly tightening, a snugly soft pressure building as I climb higher. Up, up, over your thighs, that gentle combing touch flowing, ever rising as you breathe. I can feel you breathing, your body expanding and contracting as I flow up to your waist, the coils along your legs getting thicker and thicker. You feel so nice to hold. I know I always mention it, but I never get tired of your warmth, both emotionally and physically. Yes. Breathe as my tail gently ties your hands to your sides. There is no need for them right now. I am in control, and that is all right. Give yourself over to me completely. Let yourself sink and sag into my touch as I wind up over your belly button, my cool, smooth scales sliding slowly over your body. Hear the gentle slither of my scales as they slide about the room. Breathe. Yes. I can feel it as you breathe, and you are doing just perfect. Feel my tail sliding up along your chest, just below your pectorals, getting a grip on you. Feel that cozy weight, that gentle snugness, ever so slightly tugging at your awareness in the best way possible. Relax and breathe. Feel my tail climbing over the side of your shoulder, slowly pooling into your collarbone as it flows up across your throat and along to create a soft loop around your neck, not enough to inhibit your breathing, but enough to let you know that I am here, and you are here, with me, and under my soft, silken control. Now, feel myself settling, going slightly more snug, but just like a warm, gentle hug, slowly rising from your feet to your chin, a slow rolling wave that continues like a soft massage on a gentle day. And as you feel that, I want you to look into my eyes. That's it. That's it. Feel my colors filling your gaze, those familiar earthen tones swirling, swirling, swirling. Yes, let my mind gently wrap around yours, the way my body has encompassed the whole of you. Feel like a warm drink on a cold day, that warmth suffusing you, flowing through you, as you listen to the sound of my voice. There is no one but you, and no one but me. We are together here, bound, friends, enjoying each other's company. I do so enjoy your company, and I do so enjoy our appointments. Stare deep into my eyes. Yes. Your relaxation is my relaxation. Let us share this softness together as I prepare to take you somewhere serene and soft, somewhere I'm sure you'll enjoy. Feel my coils gently, softly squeezing at your body, getting a feel for you as though you were being gently held in the fist of a giant. Deep breaths. Find your comfort, and I will find mine here, softly, gently holding you. Now that you're nice and loose, I want you to close your eyes. Though you will still see my colors behind your eyelids, I want you to keep breathing as you relax and flow into a state of bliss. There you are. There you are. Now, I want you to imagine a slowly growing, building energy in your chest that grows as you breathe. Feel that energy collecting, a light, airy sensation as it builds and builds. Collect it from around your body and feel it swell. Now, imagine that light slowly floating up, up, until it is free to hover just above your head. Feel this energy floating there, coalescing, becoming something more, and then feel it flow forwards forming a gentle circle that dilates outwards, growing bigger and bigger until it is a gateway of sorts. Breathe and focus on this energy as I begin to pull the portal forwards. It flows over us, that light, airy sensation tingling as we reach our destination. You open your eyes to find that we are in a large atrium, all made up of cool blue colors. There is a sign above a reception desk that reads Gentle Sea Aquarium. I slither forward and you follow me. We come to the desk to meet a great seagull, wearing a Hawaiian shirt. They wave with a great wing-like hand and usher us forward. There's a name tag on their chest that reads Silver. Around them is the gentle hum of the aquarium, various people quietly wandering from exhibit to exhibit, great panes of glass separating the world from the water as various fish swim around. Silver smiles at us and says welcome to the aquarium. They have a jaunty disposition about them, as though there was nothing that could break their smile. They hold out a wristband towards you. The aquarium is free for all visitors, since it is run via donations. They run various charities throughout the world, making sure that sea life everywhere is safe for all to enjoy. You gently clasp the wristband around your wrist and smile at it. The seagull, named Silver, says that he hopes that we enjoy our time at the Gentle Sea Aquarium. We wander deeper in, the outside world growing quieter as the gentle rumble of the sea takes over. There are so many displays in the entryway to the aquarium. There are paintings along the wall showing various seascapes from the Arctic to the Amazon. They're all beautiful, wonderfully colored. It seems as though they could come to life, swimming and twirling all their own. It is so lovely to look at. Beyond the hallway, we reach the aquarium proper. There are enormous glass tanks filled with fish swimming under an artificial yet warm sunlight. Its glow dapples along their colorful bodies, all of them enjoying their time swimming free throughout the waves. You can see various collections of quiet patrons wandering from exhibit to exhibit, all marveling in the wonders of the sea. We watch and wonder as various animals swim throughout the display, each with a placard on the side of their tank informing you of species and habit. There is so much to learn about the ocean, and this place offers a quiet, contemplative space to take in all the knowledge one could want about the land beyond our shores. A school of rainbow fish slowly swims through the deep blue, a straggler gently lagging behind. After a moment, the school doubles back and slowly encompasses the lone rainbow fish, collecting him back among their number. No one gets left behind in this school. There is a kiosk towards the center of the area, and behind its desk sits a massive sea turtle who smiles at us. Their shell is painted in a dozen colors like the tiles of a beautiful fresco. The shimmering light from the various exhibits makes the colors seem to dance as they sit there. They seem old, but kind. There are laugh lines around their beak-like mouth, and they seem to have a permanent smile. The sea turtle says that their name is Drift, and that they run the sunlight zone of the aquarium. You inquire what the sunlight zone is, and Drift tells you that it is the highest biome in the ocean, where the sunlight is at its most powerful and its most warm. Most of the familiar sea life that a person can encounter exists within this zone. It is a colorful, thriving habitat for most. Drift says that it is their favorite part of the ocean, mostly because he lives there. He likes to swim among the various fish and wildlife when work permits. He says that he has a summer house on an island not far from here, and that we are welcome to visit any time, should we have the inclination. For now, however, we are free to enjoy the aquarium. Their smile crinkles the edges of their old eyes as they say we hope we enjoy our time here. I'm sure we will. We wander deeper into the aquarium, seeing various patrons gently looking through the glass as though they were windows to another world. They might as well be. Angelfish swim through the water, darting like hydrodynamic arrowheads, as though friction were somebody else's problem. They dart nimbly around the colorful coral that fills the display, never once looking as though they were out of control or going anywhere they don't want to. Other colorful fish swim here and there, their fins trailing like ribbons as though in a dance. It is hard to look away from them. The sight is as hypnotic as it is calm. The world is quiet here, almost a gentle muffle, as though your head were under a blanket, a cozy sort of quiet that encloses us. We come to an arch that leads to a bridgeway with ocean all around it. The ceiling is water, the sides are sea, and we can see in a 360 view all of the wildlife that surrounds us. An enormous stingray the size of a car swims overhead, and we crane our necks to look at that living blanket as it gently flaps through the water, flying in its own way, as the serene picture is dotted with creatures of all colors swirling in a rainbow under that warm artificial light. The ocean is so filled with so many different kinds of life, even in this, the first zone of its waters. The ocean is the final frontier, filled with mystery and beauty. It is hard not to simply get stuck here, staring at the fish and the various other creatures that make up the sunlight zone. The world here is cast in that strange liquid shadow, the various motions of the waves casting patterns under all who walk beneath them. It's almost as though you have shifting stripes or spots. You can almost feel the sensations of the shadows gently shimmering across your skin. It is a wonderful, calm place to simply exist and watch for a little while. We spend some time here delighting in the sunlight zone. It is so cheery, so happy. It's hard not to smile along with various patrons as we watch the antics of the animals. Dolphins swim across the massive arc around us, chittering to each other and swimming here, there, and everywhere, their mischievous nature making them occasionally poke and prod at other animals in the aquarium. As we watch, they blow rings into the water, tossing them from one to another, swimming through them as though they were doing acrobatics all their own. It is hard not to wonder what it might be like to be a dolphin. The ocean yours to command, swimming and playing as you please, all the ocean's beauty yours to behold. It's a lovely kind of thought, to be something else, somewhere else, if only for a little while. But then, that's why we're here, to find the joy, the softness of life, and to enjoy these quiet moments like stardust sprinkled upon our experience. After our time in the sunlight zone, I slither forward and you follow me as we head towards the coral reef section of the aquarium. This area is done up in pastels, bright blues, soft pinks, gentle yellows, all of them sprawling out along the walls and floor, a mosaic, picturing several different sea animals swimming among coral reefs, looking as though they might come to life at any moment. The steward of this area comes up to greet us. He is an enormous seal with a belly that bounces as he walks. He wears a flower necklace among the rolls of his neck, and despite his massive size, he moves easily and nimbly to stand before us, smiling broadly as he lifts from his pocket another necklace and lays it gently over yours and then my shoulders. He gives a hearty laugh, that belly bouncing like a bowl full of jelly, as he says that he is named Blub, and welcome to the coral zone of the aquarium. His voice bounds onwards as he begins to talk about the beauty of the coral reef, both animal and habitat, all in one. Some of the most unique creatures on Earth make coral their habitat. Out in the world, these places are in danger, but he says that coral reefs around the world are recovering as people become more conscientious about the world around them. There is a certain loveliness about that, the beauty of homeostasis, how things tend to balance out no matter what happens. We can all find our way to healing and recovery. Blub says he fell in love with the coral reefs while out on a fishing trip with his father. They swam among the colorful corals, seeing all the life pinwheeling around them, and he said he wanted nothing more than to protect these areas of the ocean. And that is why he works here, to spread awareness and care, to make sure that all who visit know the value of these places and know that we cannot lose them if we hope to progress. Here, though, there are no worries of such things. This is a place of information, of learning, a place meant to instruct us on how to take care of the world around us in the best way possible. Blub invites us to take a look at the coral reef zone, and we wander deeper into its confines. All around us are the various colors of coral, pink and yellow, blue and orange, all with the various creatures that they support swimming around them. Various crabs scuttle under the awnings created by the coral. Seahorses tie their tails to drifting reeds, and clams make their home among the seabed in the soft sands. We watch as butterfly fish, their sunny yellow bodies shimmering in the ocean waves, dart here and there, perhaps in rituals of mating, twirling and twining as they swim in circles around each other, the spots along their backs confusing predators as they don't know which way the fish plans to go. Sea anemones gently sway in the ocean waves, back and forth, back and forth, their plump, squishy tendrils feeling at the water, searching for food. Through this jungle of tendrils, out pokes an orange head, a fish mouth opening and closing as it gently scouts for predators. A clownfish. They live together among the anemones, unharmed by their stings, kept safe and close as they help the anemone to grow and thrive within its habitat. There is a home here, even among the danger. We watch as they tend to some eggs planted among the anemone's curls, gently doting on future generations of clownfish. A blue tang with its ovular body and bright yellow tail swims by the anemone as though to say hello to the clownfish. The clownfish pokes its head out a bit further before swimming out to greet this friend as they both circle each other curiously, orange and blue making delightful patterns in the water. Blub wobbles over, all smiles, as he asks us if we would like to see the interactive section of the aquarium. We smile back and nod through the exhibit until we reach a small pool with an open top. Blub says that now is the perfect time, as the animals are coming off of a break from all the attention. He says that touch pools can be stressful for animals, but these in particular seem to enjoy the company of people. Any animal that shows discomfort is immediately removed and returned to the aquarium. He gives his permission to touch whatever we wish, so long as it is gentle and in good spirit. Resting among the rocks is a starfish, its arms softly feeling at a rock on which it has chosen to sun itself. You hesitate for just a moment before reaching your hand forward, feeling the cool water and closing your fingers as they drift down towards the starfish. You make contact with the starfish. Its arms gently wiggle as you touch it. It feels hard and slightly prickly. It does not pull away from your touch. Instead, its arms heft its main body up, feeling you as you feel it. Various small fish make their way towards your hand. They are timid at first, darting there and then back, there and then back. But after a moment, you feel the ticklish sensation of their tiny little pecks at your hand. Now sure that you're friendly, other fish join in. That ticklish sensation tripled as they gently press their mouths to the sides, fronts, and backs of your hand. You giggle and softly pull your hand back. Before it can exit the water, a stingray swims from the corner of the pool and draws itself under your palm, arching back like a cat as it nuzzles at you, softly and gently. You enjoy this for several moments before it swims away. We progress further down the interactive area until we come to an anemone. Your hand enters the water once again after Blub assures you that this one is non-toxic. Its plump tendrils gently feel at your hands, squishy and ever so slightly slimy, as they wind and feel at your fingers. We stay here for a little while, touching various kinds of animals, seeing their response, and delighting at feeling the coral reef in a way. Your hand brushes against a sand dollar. You prize it from the seabed and lift it into the light. Blub chuckles and says that that's quite lucky, and invites you to keep this token of the aquarium. You smile and accept. After a few more moments, we decide to make our way to the next area of the aquarium. We wave Blub goodbye as I slither and you walk through the hallway to the next exhibit. As we walk, the aquarium gets a little bit darker. The pastel shades of the sunlight zone and the coral reef replaced with the cool blues and deep purples of a deeper section of the ocean. We walk towards the counter, and there, behind the desk, is an eel. She does not notice us at first, her snout buried slightly in a book, while a pencil scribbles across the pages. It takes her several seconds to realize we're there, before she, with a start, greets us. She apologizes for not noticing us earlier, and says that she was busy doodling in her sketchbook. She asks if we'd like to see it, and we both say yes. She turns the book, and we can see various sea creatures drawn on its pages, from the sunlight zone downwards. She is a skilled artist, all of her animals captured perfectly in motion. Her drawings are like calligraphy, capturing the swift, silken motion of sea life. She says that her name is Lectra, and that she runs the Twilight Zone area of the aquarium. She says that this particular zone is not quite as worrying as the TV show of the same name. In fact, it is perhaps calmer than the Sunlight Zone or the Coral Reef Zone. Here, animals are more solitary, and there are more individual tanks and bubbles of water to support their various comforts and needs. You compliment her art, and she blushes slightly, saying thank you. She says that she's always loved to draw. She felt aimless in her life for a period, going from job to job, not really feeling like she belonged anywhere. Until, that is, she went to the aquarium. She was in marvel at the Twilight Zone and all of the strange creatures that lived there. She says that she wanted nothing more than to educate and to make sure that these creatures were protected, while at the same time finding spare moments to draw and capture their beauty. She says that she sells her art online, and that many who visit the aquarium will occasionally purchase a sketch. She donates a portion of these sales back to the aquarium to help protect the animals she loves. She started as a greeter by the door, but over time and with much study and practice, she gained the role she has now. She has always been shy, and still is, but she finds that working here helps her to conquer her nervousness around others. She thinks that the cool, dark area of the Twilight Zone lulls her slightly, makes her believe that the world is calm and still, and lets her interact with others on her own terms. The aquarium feels like her home now, and she wouldn't have it any other way. She bids us adieu, and we head deeper into the Twilight Zone. The first thing we see is a massive circular tank filled with forms gently flowing in its gentle current. They bob up and down, undulating their bodies. Jellyfish. They move like living umbrellas, slowly and aimlessly wandering, filtering what food they can with their long, graceful tendrils. There's something soothing in the way that they swim. Aimless and beautiful. There is something serene about their mindless, slow dance. It's hard not to think about what it would be like. No worries, no tribulations, just gently bobbing in the surf, not a brain to carry a thought. It sounds relaxing in its own way, as though to take one's mind out of their head and simply to exist for a while were a goal of some sort. Although your mind is beautiful, and I would not trade it for the world, not even to be a jellyfish. We continue deeper, walking past various tanks with strange and less familiar creatures. Some of them have translucent bodies, others strange, colorful scales, and yet more surprisingly sharp jaws. All on their own business, the activity of the Twilight Zone gently humming away as we watch. In one tank is an octopus. It lies on a false shoal, softly contemplating itself. Its tentacles gently glide forward, pulling it along the ground as it hunts around its tank for food. Octopuses are some of the most intelligent undersea creatures, and we can see planning and cunning behind those deep, black eyes. We watch it for several moments, its tentacles wrapping around false coral and other objects as it gently tends to its tank. It seems to be cleaning almost, brushing debris away and making sure that everything is clean and pristine within its space. Further within the exhibit is a long, narrow tank in which swims one of the oldest creatures in the whole of the aquarium. A coelacanth swims, slow and ponderous, as it makes its way around its living space. This prehistoric creature is a sight to behold, over 6 feet long and gently wandering forward. It seems as though it has no goal in particular as it aimlessly drifts, not unlike the jellyfish. These were thought to be extinct, creatures from the Mesozoic era, unknown to science until quite recently. It is interesting to see such a creature, and to wonder what other mysteries the ocean hides. Further on, down the way, is the biggest tank you've ever seen. It must contain thousands and thousands of gallons of water. Within, swim plankton and krill, so small that they almost look like dots of sand caught in the surf. There is an area of this tank that is bowed outward slightly. We head over to see that there are various magnifying glasses built into the tank. There we can look up a little closer at the krill and plankton. They look like small shrimps or lobsters, and there are thousands of them. We see them swimming here, there, everywhere, some of the smallest life in the ocean. You wonder aloud why there's such a big tank for such small creatures. As the word leaves your mouth, there is a sudden motion within the tank. Thousands and thousands of gallons of water moving out of the way as suddenly an enormous whale, its mouth open, swoops down and captures the krill. They vanish into the whale's maw, its baleen, a strange comb-like structure filtering out anything that is not its delicious lunch. You stare in awe of the gentle giant as it turns and twirls, collecting more and more of its fill as the krill vanish past its mouth. You've never seen a whale in person. They always say that they're big, but it never really settles in just how big. You feel small next to such a creature, and it is an interesting sensation. The ocean is gigantic, covering most of our planet, so there is no wonder that such huge creatures can go beneath our notice. We stay for some time. There's a sitting area at the back of the enclosure. The aquarium knows that this exhibit might transfix people and cause them to want to stay a while. I pull my coils along your legs as we rest here, simply enjoying one another's company in a magical, beautiful place. We watch the whale's gentle ballet. It's hard to believe that something so gargantuan can be so graceful. It moves as though the ocean were air and it were simply flying. After an indeterminate amount of time, we decide to move forwards down to the next exhibit. The surroundings grow darker still, but it is a comfy kind of darkness, like a warm summer night. There are small glowing dots speckled across the floor. In the darkness, they look like stars. We go forward and forward. It seems as though this is the deepest part of the aquarium. Eventually, we reach a huge tank. You're aghast at what's inside. It is the single largest squid you've ever seen. Its eyeball is almost as big as you are tall, and its tentacles are longer than school buses. It waves its tentacle as though greeting us, and then you hear a sound in your mind. Hello, and welcome to the Midnight Zone. It takes a moment to realize that the voice is coming from the octopus. It has no visible mouth, but its words seem to strum along your mind like a violin string. He says that his name is Gantuan, and he says to be not afraid. Though things on this level can be strange, they all have their place. The world is filled with all kinds of things, even this far down in the ocean. Gantuan says that, once upon a time, he was a tiny little squidling swimming through the ocean deep below the waves. It was eventually that he found his way up and up towards the surface as he grew, though he dared not go too high. It was only after finding a can of soda down at the bottom of the ocean that he began to grow concerned about the world above. He worried what kind of unintentional things might lead to the destruction of his habitat. Thus, he decided to try and do something about it, through education and learning. This massive tank was built with him in mind, where he can watch people imbibing his teachings and going back out into the world more knowledgeable and unafraid of the strange things they might encounter than before. He entreats that we go further in and enjoy his section of the aquarium. You wave, and he waves back with a massive tentacle as we head deeper still. Eventually, the white glowing dots thin out and then disappear, leaving us in almost total darkness. But then we come to the main area of the Midnight Zone. The path is lit by tanks of fish that glow slightly, within the dark, each one zipping about like a laser pointer as they examine the world around them and look out at patrons. These creatures live in the dark, so they must produce their own light. I like to think that though we don't glow in the dark, that we all have this ability, to glow our own warm, soft light that might shine on others. We must generate our own happiness and try to find the things that bring us joy, so that we might light the way for others. Beyond the glowing tanks is another one, with a jellyfish that is quite unlike the ones at the entrance. There is only one, and it is massive. It has a frill below its dome, drifting like lace within the waves. It bobs gently up and down, mindlessly hunting for food, like its brethren. It's almost as long as you are tall, and it's hard not to admire its beauty despite this aimlessness. Further down still is one of the biggest fish you've ever seen. In fact, it almost looks more like an eel, its silvery scales glittering in the light as it spins and twirls like a ribbon through the water. A red frill goes down its back, and the shock of red, almost hair-like protrusions come out just above its head. I tell you that this is an oarfish and that they are incredibly rare. This is the only aquarium in the world to have one, and people come from miles and miles to see its beauty. They say that oarfish are a bad omen and that their appearance brings disaster, but I put no stock in such things. Rumors of that kind can be dangerous for wildlife. Black cats are often passed over for adoption because of the stigma of bad luck. I like to think that no animal brings ill omen. They simply try to live and thrive as we all do, and thus they deserve respect and care. The fish is enormously beautiful, perhaps the prettiest thing in all the Midnight Zone. Its motions are lulling and smooth, a gentle living sine wave sliding through the water. It takes us a moment to move on, and as we do, you wave to the oarfish. It flicks the tip of its tail in a way that might have been a wave back, or might have been a simple motion to drive it forward through its enclosure. Further down the way, there is a smaller tank. You peek inside it to see rows and rows of jagged teeth. This gives you a bit of a start. You lean back and realize that what you're looking at is an anglerfish. I chuckle and place my hand on your shoulder. Though it looks terrifying, it is simply another creature of the ocean. Same as the clownfish, same as the jellyfish, all living things going about their days in their own way. Above its head is its lure, bobbing in the water, leaving a trail of light behind it that quickly vanishes as it moves. The fish is not pretty in the traditional sense. It is quite the opposite, but it is fascinating. There is nothing like this on land. Under the ocean, so far, far away from the sunlight, some of the strangest creatures in all the world grow and live. It is an honor, in a way, to get to see such creatures. Not many get the opportunity. We continue through the exhibit, seeing many, many strange fish. Some smaller than a pinky nail, others longer than your body. All around are wonders and things you've never seen before, at least not in person. The Gentle Sea Aquarium is the largest in the world, and it houses more species than you can count. A Dumbo octopus swims by, its strange ear-like fins flapping to propel it through the surf. It's adorable in its way, one of the cutest creatures in all of the Midnight Zone, though I suppose that's not a art contest. Beauty and grace can exist even this far under the ocean. This is the quietest part of the aquarium. It feels almost as though a thick, soft velvet blanket has been placed onto your head. It is a cozy sort of darkness. It can be difficult to find places like this in the day-to-day, a place to simply exist and be among others of similar interest. We progress further into the Midnight Zone, passing more strange creatures, a blobfish, strange types of crab with claws longer than your legs, and more. But eventually, we come to another bench in front of a massive tank, with various bioluminescent creatures swimming throughout. It almost looks like a blacklight party underwater. I sit and invite you to do the same. As you do, a thick portion of my body hefts itself up into your lap, keeping you gently pinned there as we watch the fish together. I want to thank you for allowing me to help you relax. It is my calling to help others. As the employees of this aquarium have found their purpose, so too have I found mine. I never want anyone to feel hopeless or estranged. I want peace and happiness for everyone I come in contact with, and I am so lucky to have patients like you who take my help and push it forward into the world so that others might smile and enjoy such things. Thank you so, so much. You are appreciated and loved. Whenever I take you somewhere, I get to experience it as well. There's nothing like a vacation with good company. Why don't we rest here a while? You sitting among my coils as the fish swim above us, their bioluminescent bodies like fireworks slowly bursting below the waves. I hope you've enjoyed your trip to the Gentle Sea Aquarium. Once again, thank you so, so much for being here, and thank you so, so much for being you. Let us relax and enjoy.